We all know the basic rules of the road. Don't speed, don't drink and drive. Maybe soon in one local city, don't smoke in a car with kids. But as Tina Martin tells us, not everyone is on board with a potential new rule.
If you do this while doing this in the city of Attleboro, you could get pulled over. And Ronna Schaefer is all for it.
When I was in a classroom with young children, infants, toddlers, preschoolers, they'd be dropped off by their parent, and I would smell smoke in their clothes and in their hair and in their car seats. And I started to think, wow, if it's so pervasive that I smell this, what's happening inside?
A retired teacher, Schaefer convinced Mayor Paul Hero to sponsor this city ordinance called Little Lungs.
Just like texting and driving or driving without a seatbelt, if a police officer observes that somebody has a cigarette in hand and that there is a child in a car seat, that gives them the grounds to pull somebody over and issue a citation based on that.
Secondhand smoke is a well-known danger to adults and children, and Hero says confined spaces like a car only make it worse.
It's in the child's best interest just not to smoke around them, especially in a car.
Hero's fought this battle before. As a state representative, he introduced Little Lungs 3 times, but the bill never passed. One criticism, it could lead to racial profiling.
For as much as we appreciate the desire to want to get to a serious health concern, which is secondhand smoke for children, it's always a concern for the ACLU whenever we're creating more opportunities for people to be engaged with or encounter the police.
And Rasan Hall with the ACLU of Massachusetts says that concern is greater for communities of color.
We full well know that there are racial disparities in the way that people in communities of color, particularly Black and Latinx folks, are stopped by police, and there are more adverse outcomes from those stops.
Mayor Hero says he can't let what might happen stop him from pushing a public health issue.
If somebody were to do that, we'll deal with that problem of a racially profiling police officer. If a police officer is acting, as a racist, we will deal with that. Just because somebody might be doing the wrong thing over here, it doesn't mean we don't do the right thing over here.
Right now, no other city or town in the state has an ordinance like Little Lungs. The mayor hopes when the city council takes this up, it will vote to make Attleboro the first. Tina Martin, WGBH News.
The proposed fine for violations is $100, but city councilors could change that when they take up the ordinance.